U. Man, the Wii U is so underrated. Like we had such a great virtual console store. We had a Nintendo 64 on there. I bought the game on there. I want to say £10. It was either 8 or 12. I can't remember. I want to go and bang in the middle, like 10. Yeah. So, but we had such a good store then. Like, part of, I don't have a problem with this at all. Well, I do have a little bit of problem, but I see huge benefit in it as well. But part of my kind of problem is that the Switch now has been out for so many years still, and that store still hasn't really improved. Like I said on the Wii U, you could buy this game and download it and play it straight away. I know this is the high resolution one, but
didn't look that great, to be fair. It really. I was expecting through that trailer, and this is not part of my rant, but I was expecting through that trailer when they started showing you it, I was expecting it for it to kind of do that thing where the screen wipes and it shows you what it's going to be like on the Switch.
Yeah. I'm going to jump out here, and Pep might agree with me on this, but Mario 64 has got quite a loyal following, and I think if they updated the graphics on that, nobody would buy it.
I don't think they needed to update. I just think they needed to make them. They don't need to change the art style. Just make them res up a little bit so they don't look quite so.
What Clarky's point is,
with the whole speedrunner community and all of that stuff on Mario 64, they're going to want that exactly the same.
You know what?
There's a big Mario 64 is pretty unique in a way that like they can't do the Crash Bandicoot treatment on it.
So there's that.
They can't fix glitches. They can't do that. They need to leave all the F-ups from the first one, which are now seen
I'm not
as
asking them to fix glitches. I'm not asking them to do that. I'm just saying, right? Who is this? This game is obviously for Nintendo enthusiasts, right? They're not. You can't tell me this game they're trying to get new people to play Mario, right? Because if they were trying to get new people to play it, they'd have put some effort into actually making it. They'd up-res it. They'd spend a little bit of time polishing it.
They could have done good textures only and not changed anything.
They could have done, but
right. The speedrunner community will do what all the speedrunner communities do, and they'll have their favorite version, right? They'll have we go to a speedrun. Oh, were you playing this on the original N64? Yeah, that's the N64 speedrun. This is the Switch speedrun or whatever. They'll work their way around that. So that's not the issue for me.
I get you, but also the point at the same time is with that particular title, they don't really need to use it to bring new people on with, because it will sell millions. It would be like them if they re-release another Star Wars box set. It will
are you seriously telling me that you think that had they done just literally a graphics wipe over on that, just made the textures higher res, make it like they did with Link's Awakening, right? If they'd have done that
it would be sick.
Right? Are you seriously telling me you don't think it would have sold any more copies than the one they're about to send out?
It might have done that.
No, it would.
It would have done, right? The thing I have an issue with this game is the limited release thing. I got no issue with them rehashing the game and bringing it out as triple decker 30. That's not a problem. I got no issue with that. They rehash bloody games all the time. They make their money. That's whatever, right? People want it on the Switch, even if they've had it on the Wii U, even if they've had it on the. I got no issue with that.
A lot of people didn't have a Wii U, so this is a good opportunity to.
Yeah, and I get that, but you can't then say, "Oh, we're bringing this game out as a kind of what do you call it, like for historical purposes, and you're doing it to capture it," and then turn around and say, "And you can only buy it till March." That's my issue with it. Is that why? What's the point in that? Because all you're doing is you're trying to panic your buyers into buying it immediately and slamming loads of pre-orders in. That's all you're doing. But that's all you're doing by saying it's going to be released too much. You're hoping that loads of people go, "Oh shit, I better go and get it now. Quick, run, go and buy it, go and buy it. But why? Why don't you just release it as a normal game? Because you can't turn around and say, "Oh, we're celebrating Mario's 35th by re-bringing out the three Mario games from the last 3 console runs or whatever like that," and then turn around and go, we're doing this for prosperity's sake, and then turn around and go, "Oh, by the way, you can only buy it for 6 months." For people who are watching this, if you are watching this on YouTube, get used to this. Pet will just walk off the screen.
Yeah. I think
someone turned off the lights.
I think the easiest way to describe that is that I think Nintendo is trying to be Disney a bit. You know what they're like for releasing stuff, and then basically.
No, Disney used to do that. Do you remember when they do it with their DVDs or whatever, and used to be able to, you couldn't go and buy a DVD.
They still vault stuff. No, seriously.
I've got bloody Mulan's coming out in 3 hours, mate.
I mean,
please
isn't that a little
pay 20 quid for that, Vimes, eh?
You have to pay for it.
Yeah.
If I was hearing it correctly, if I was hearing it correctly, the whole sort of time period is that what you're got an issue with?
That's my biggest problem. Isn't you want to bring out a game that celebrates 35 years of Mario, no problem with that. Even if you don't want to do the up-res because you're being historically accurate, stroke lazy, that's fine. Yeah. But then why are you doing a limited release? I do not understand the logic.
Why do you think it's unfair?
Why do I think what's unfair?
That they're only doing it as a limited release.
Because I think, I think it almost strikes me as slightly hypocritical that they're bringing back they're saying, oh, now you can play this on the Switch because, lots of you didn't have this.
Buy it now for full price.
Yeah, nobody can buy it. No one had a 64, no one had a Wii U, no one had a GameCube.
Yeah,
right? And then they say, but you can only buy it for 6 months.
Yeah, if they did or didn't shutter this game, you'd still be paying 50 quid for it 10 years.
Does it matter? So, but that's fine. But if let's say they bring it out now and it's
are you suggesting in 6 months' time you can't buy this game?
You can't buy this game. They've got a limited edition run of physical media, right? Which means that people like Clarky and various other people have probably banged in their pre-orders already, right?
Yeah.
They'll never open those. They'll sit on a shelf somewhere and they'll say, "Oh, let's make some money off that," right? I'm not saying that's true. Half of them probably, right? And then they'll also buy.
That's what he was doing.
They'll also buy, They'll also buy their digital. They'll also buy their digital version, right? But in 6 months' time, you can't buy it again. And the thing that makes
but you can buy it digitally in 6 months' time.
No, Pat. That's the point.
No, you can't buy it digitally either.
The physical release media has a limited. Let's say they're going to release. I don't know. Let's say they're going to release 10,000 copies of this game physically. I don't know what the number is, right? Once those are bought, they're done. Right, same as every other.
It's definitely not 10,000, mate. That would be crazy.
Right, but let's say they did that, right? Well,
maybe Nintendo, 10 million. But
you would, right? So they put it out on physical media. That's then done. They put it on the e-store or whatever it's called, Switch Store, e-store, right? And then on the 31st of March or whatever it is, it's gone. It's gone off.
Why?
That's my point. Why? And
Clarky, that is stupid, Clarky.
I agree with the eShop side.
I thought you were saying, Vimesy, that it's a little bit limited, so they're going to do 100,000 or whatever. Not
physical release. I don't give a shit. As long as you can 10 million
physical.
No.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say there's only going to be 10 million physical, but download it's like, forever.
It's like you're never going to be able to go out and buy a brand new copy of Enslaved Odyssey to the West now because they stopped printing it bloody years ago.
So why do you think? Forget the PR BS. Why do you think they're doing this? Because the only thing I can think of is
Clarky.
No, Vimes are you. Because the only thing I can think of is they want us to rush and buy it now, and then they will release it in a year's time. Going, due to huge demand, it's on the store.
I don't even know if they do that because I think what really gets my goat on it a little bit is the bit where it's like, hey, we're celebrating Mario's 35th. This is all about prosperity. This is all about saving, these games that you may not have had the chance to play. Now you can play it. Aren't we brilliant? This is Nintendo saving our history, but you can only save our history if you pay us 50 quid in the next 6 months.
That is weird, Clarky.
And I don't understand that. And I'd love to know if Clarky, if you can turn around and say, well, I think it's because of this. Yeah, fair play. But
I get the. No, I'm not saying.
I feel like Clarky's like a representative of Nintendo. We're like,
Clarky, Sam, talk to me.
I totally agree with you, Vimesy. I think the physical one, I don't have a problem with that because you've got to keep in mind that Nintendo consoles have and always have a large collectors community. Their games increase in value. PS4 games, Xbox games, they're trash after 2 years.
2 months.
Yeah, well, exactly. But you get what I mean there, don't you?
I have you want to put a limited edition game out. I
don't get the eShop thing at all. I mean, is it definitely 100% confirmed that they will just remove the game, or are they going to split them into you can only buy them individually?
I don't know.
That would make sense from Nintendo's point of view. If you said, all right, you can have all three for 50 quid until March. And
after that, it's 50 quid each.
After that, it's 50 quid each. That would make perfect sense to me. For this.
I don't think we're going to get to the bottom of that, but that does bring me on to the only thing that disappointed me about that. And I know it doesn't compare. Like, it's the only comparison I can make, and it isn't a fair comparison, but Crash Bandicoot, all three games of that era on the PS1, same time Nintendo 64 came out, remade from the ground up, that launched at 35 quid. brand new. I mean, it quickly went down to 30, but that launched for 35 quid. So, like, these three games, these are newer games. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
Two of them
use a different example for me, because Crash Bandicoot is shit.
Well, I'll tell you what though, Clarky, if you do remember
the Uncharted Drake's collection, right? That was what?
No,
3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, Uncharted, but even Crash, for me, the only difference between Crash back then, Crash was really competing hard with Mario back then on the PS1. They were doing crazy figures on the PS. It just launched new console. Crash was huge. Like the big difference is that Crash never kept that momentum and never continued going forward to the same extent PS2, PS3s, and PS4s. Where Mario did, but back then, Clarky, they were two huge icons. Like Sonic was dead, if you remember, and Crash was beating up Mario at the time. Like Mario 64 and Crash Bandicoot 1 did insane figures. But I don't know, like it is 50 quid. It is the only thing I say, okay, fair enough, is because one's a Wii game, which it's 2 generations old. It's not 4 like all the Crash games are, but still, it's a lot of money again. 50 isn't 50 quid a lot of money?
Yeah.
I mean,
for the resolution upgrade, not for a remake game.
You won't be
resolution upgrade.
No, they're high res versions.
Oh, are they? High res versions, yeah. Yeah, like you.
I'm sorry. I mean, I was probably, maybe it was the stream, but hey.
No, like it doesn't.
It looks a bit like my background does.
Yeah, Mario Sunshine's in widescreen now, which it wasn't originally.
No, I did see that. I mean, I hadn't thought about what you brought up, Clarky, where it's like, yeah, this collection might be clearing off in March, but then they might release some singly, which just makes me even hate it even more.
Plus, it is an anniversary sort of thing, so that might be why it's limited. I mean, but
is that an American thing or an English thing? Like the whole, or is that just a world thing? I don't know about. Like, how can people celebrate 35th anniversary?
No, they would be they'll do anything with a 5 or a 0 at the end of it, or a 21.
Yeah, no, it's just
or
why 5 at the end? Like, I don't get it. Like, why not just 30, 40, 50, or maybe just like?
Because then they would only be making money every 10 years and not every 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to have this on the 45th one as well.
And the 40th.
Oh, the 40th, I can kind of get
the 40th, the 45th, and God, you wait till the 50th. It'll be available for 30 seconds as of midnight on January 1st. But don't worry, because each pixel will be available for sale on a separate day.
Surely by that time we'll be like, I saw a film the other day called Real Player One. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, I've not seen it, but I know it, yeah.
You mean Ready Player One?
Ready Player One,
yeah. What did I call it?
Real Player.
Yeah, so Ready Player One. Yeah, Ready Player One.
It was all right, that film.
It was okay. Yeah, it did remind me of us a little bit, like when we're playing with our headsets on.
Oh yeah.
It's all good. So anyway, was there anything else for the direct? Because I just can't get to the bottom of that. I don't think we are going to get to the bottom of it. I just think it sucks. Like they have probably a rationale for it, but let's move on.
Can I give my overall opinion?
16 minutes of Mario goodness. What was it?
I was left, Clarky, bear with me, a little bit disappointed, only because I would have loved to seen like a remade Mario game.
Okay.
But I'm still very, very happy because there's a lot of games that people haven't had the chance to play and they can play them now. It's just a shame they can't play them in the peak 2020 condition.
I just like this new thing of how they're just dropping directs whenever they think.
Yeah, no, I like that. I do like that. Can you imagine, like, if you had all that stuff about when Microsoft did their press conference, if they just hadn't announced them and just dropped it, people have been all right with it.
But doesn't that, like, PR-wise, does that work for them?
Lots of gameplay as well, mind.
Well, yeah, because it instantly generates word of mouth, doesn't it?
It does, but don't you also, like, wouldn't you get more viewers if you said, like, we're kicking off at 7 o'clock on Tuesday?
Well, yeah. Well, what if you tweet from one account and then, whereas you just drop it and everybody just starts going, oh my God, this directing, you've just got all these people flooding and you've got people going, what are these people talking about?
Yeah, I guess.
I know. I just quite like that. I like Nintendo.
I can just see in the day that they announced like the PS5 and Xbox price will just drop like all the first party games in a directing like
but
you.
here's your Xbox Series X, but it's only available to the end of February, and then.
Yeah, that is weird. It is weird. No matter
can you imagine if they did that? If they said, "Hey, PS5's coming out, but you can only buy it to the end of March."
Yeah.
What?
But this is a game. It's not a console.
I know.
Just digressing onto the other two, I really didn't like the comments that Microsoft came out with the other day. Just
What did they say?
We'll tell you the price when we're good and ready.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Like, fuck off.
What? You can't. What do you expect them to say? Oh, yeah, we'll tell you. Oh, no, we're not going to tell you.
Why are you keeping it for us? Just tell us how much it is.
Because they don't know what Sony's charging you.
I swear that's the same line that Maverick uses when he can't shoot again after Goose dies. And he's like, "What? You had the shot, Maverick. Why didn't you take it?" And he grabbed it. And he's like, "I'll shoot when I'm goddamn good and ready. You got that?" Do you remember that?
Every single week.
They just, I don't know. They just need to both just pull something out and give us some facts. So I'm just, as it stands at the moment, I'm just going to wait until next year.
Yeah, no one. I was speaking to a few people online this week, and everyone's just like, "Fuck it." There's nothing they've shown.
But also, we can't place orders, right, for anything until we know what the price is. So it's like, how do they know how many units to? What, you placed an order?
What for?
Well, how can the PS5?
Oh no! For play PS5, no. I've placed a order with
an
shops.
interest.
Yeah, you know, one of those.
There's no interest with the current, potential launch lineups, and I don't care how many people try and big this up and everything. The Spider-Man game is just fucking glorified DLC. Do not try and convince me that 5 hours. That's DLC.
No, but how? What? Sorry, what are you? Are you an Insomniac developer? How do you know it's 5 hours, Clarky? Who's told you it's 5 hours?
Because they've said it is.
Well, I've seen other sources go 7 to 10. So like,
it's 7 to right. When like a DLC or something says it's 7 to 10 hours long, it's usually about 4 or 5 hours, and then it's like 7 or 10 hours if you bother to go
all
out
the collectibles.
Mop all the collectibles.
Every little
to be fair, mate, my Oblivion horse armor lasted longer than that.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. If that's so, what they've said.
I got no issue with it, right? But if that's and I know people keep saying that Spider-Man's massive and Miles Morales will shift units, but it's not for me, and that's fine.
Pat, you'll agree with me on this. Sorry.
He's wagging his finger now.
The gameplay in it was good, but
the first Spider-Man.
Yeah, the PS4 one. The gameplay was good, but it was a story.
Yeah. I mean, I finished that game.
That slow build up with Dr. Octopus and everything. That was just great how that story panned out. But now, what sort of story are you just going to get shoehorned into this?
I mean,
2 hour long?
Did you do all the side missions and the DLC?
No,
exactly. So if you didn't buy the DLC for that game, why would you buy Miles Morales? Right? That's the way I look at it.
I get what Clarky's saying. I mean, for me, if you guys remember, I voted it my game of the year that year, it was runner-up. I think officially
we let you off.
I have to say as well that Miles Morales is a much more interesting Spider-Man, and I'm also a little bit disappointed that we're not getting a full game with him.
That'd be quite cool.
But they must be warming us up for one, right? This maybe they're like push this out, or there's not.
Well, they might do Miles Morales, and then they might do Spider-Man 2 in a year's time.
Yeah.
But Clarky, I don't know if I do agree with you, mate, because like I really, really, really like the gameplay in Spider-Man, probably above the story. Like the swinging through the
swinging was great. Okay, they got the movement mechanic down pat. The combat was all right. It was competent Batman combat.
Yeah.
It was an okay game. I played it. I finished it. It was fun, but it wasn't
world. It was.
But again, I think the same thing for me is when people talk about God of War as this massive, awesome, and I was like, it was a really good game, but I think
that's an understanding. I mean, everyone's got different preferences.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and that's where it comes from. Miles Morales is not going to sell a PS5 to me.
No.
What's going to sell a PS5 to me is the promise of all the other fucking exclusives they've got that Microsoft haven't shown me yet.
Yeah, I will agree with Clarky definitely on the length of it though. Even max out at 10 hours, like it is significant. Look, I think I did the other Spider-Man game in about 30 hours.
The day after that
wasn't with a lot.
The day after it releases, you'll have someone speed run it in about 10 minutes.
Look, I got.
Oh, but you'll have that with bloody Red Dead somehow.
No. Listen. No, I'm not having this because like we've, as I keep telling my missus, length is not necessarily all that important. Okay, it's. Journey was 2 hours long.
A frequent comment of the groinly challenged.
Yeah. Journey was 2 hours long. We constantly bloody talk about it, right? I've bought consoles for gameplay that's less than that. 10 hours is fine for me. I like a game that's 10 hours long. It means I can bloody finish it.
That's so you pay what, 500 or 600 quid for your console, play 10 hours, and then that's it. You've got fuck all for another 6 months.
I've done it.
We've all done it. Do you know what, Ramsey?
Bloody Nintendo 64.
We have. I'm playing Link's Awakening here. I'm halfway through and I've sat down 3 times, 4 times with it. But it's not about the time. You're right, but it's about having enough time. It's not like a length, but it's about having enough time to get the game's message across to the player. For me, so for instance, Persona 4 Golden, yeah, you can't get that story. You can't get as a player of the game. I can't feel as passionate as I did for those players having that game be 2 hours long like Journey. I'm not going to have the same relate with Journey. The way it was written, you could do it in 2 hours because they've written it that way. Okay, and they did a fantastic job.
But you could also turn around and say Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, well, not the original, but the PS4 version of Spider-Man. How long was that? 25?
What, on the
PS4 version? The one we come out was your game of the year. Was it 25 hours?
30,
20,
yeah,
25.
How much of that was you going around getting bloody rucksacks?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, how much of that was doing little side content, right? So if you trimmed out all the collectible shit and you stuck to that main story that was good and contained and nicely
10 hours of quality, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so I would rather have that.
But the question is, do we have 10 hours of quality, or do we have 2 hours of quality and 7
more
hours
backpacks?
of PS?
Exactly.
More backpacks.
What do we have?
Exactly.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because if you do need 10 hours quality to get your game across, then we don't have it here.
Yeah, well, we won't know that, and that's not the point. But it's
No, I'm still buying it. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. The first game was fantastic. I sound really negative about this. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. But I see what people like.
But that's not going to make me. That's not like if they turn around and said Cyberpunk was PS5 exclusive. I'd be, there's my reason to buy it. If they turn around and say Witcher 4 is PS4, there's my reason to buy it. If they turn around and, there's several games where I could turn around and go, whatever. The fact is with PlayStation, for me, that Spider-Man franchise isn't the thing that's going to make me buy it. What's making me want the PS5 is knowing that, they've got a library of exclusives that they can pull out. So, Spider-Man's part of that, God of War's part of that, Horizon Zero Dawn's part of that, Naughty Dog are part of that. I'm not going to get those on Xbox, not anytime soon, right? I'm not going to get those on PC anytime soon. And then there's the other factor about that's where all my friends are on multiplayer. So those are the two things. Now, at the moment, but at the moment, there are no games that I'm interested in on the PS5. God of War 2 hasn't been announced.
Demon Souls,
whatever. Demon Souls, no, because I'll pick
that
up.
Yes,
I will. But it's not the one that's
me.
making me rush out and spend $1,000 on it. You know what I mean? It's it had its time and place. I also know what I'm like with Dark Souls games, and I'll play it for a few hours and then go, we get
too scary.
No, not too scary, just too fucking hard.
Why does this happen though? I completely agree with you, and I'm not bashing PS4 because PS5, because I think Xbox is, if not in a worse situation, to be honest. But why do they come out when they've got nothing? Not nothing to offer. That's been really critical. But they don't have much to.
I loved the Xbox thing that came out the other day, where they were on about if you buy Mountain Dew or something like that, Monster Energy drink, you get exclusive weapon skins for Halo Infinite. It's like they're flogging extras in a game that's like nobody knows when it's even coming out.
Oh, they haven't, have they? Oh, Jesus.
It's just PR disaster after PR disaster, and I'm just thinking, why is nobody just doing something about this? It's like they're not interested. I don't think. I don't know. I still get the feeling it's like grabbing a chimpanzee and sitting at the wheel of a steamroller and just letting it go for it.
Fair enough. Oh well.
I've heard some real horror stories come out of that camp, like a week after. I don't know if you guys were reading, like the reasons. You know that statement of like, oh, there's loads of reasons that would delay in it, and they only mentioned COVID and no other reason. But since then,
that's 19 reasons.
Well,
one of them was that they were concentrating on, and they were more interested in the TV series, Halo TV series that's coming out.
The most important one that I've read, which is because that one, even that you could say like, well, that's someone's opinion. Like you ask the actual team, go, no, we're fully involved in this. Like you can't prove that. The one that is pretty sort of damning is that the creative director left, and that is for a game like Halo. That's if people don't know how games are made, creative directors in a game world, it's like the Kojima of the game. If Kojima leaves halfway through Metal Gear 5, you saw what happened. And
You might have got some gameplay, yeah.
I think the only positive thing they've even gotten out of this Halo 5 reveal is that they've got meme of the year, really, haven't they?
Yeah.
Lots of them.
But Clark, do you know that what happened was the creative director left, new one came in, they left after 2 months. Third creative director's in now. Like that is hard. It's kind of like restarting the project. Like it is a hard thing. Like it's hard
it's like they're wheeled in for the first day of the work on Halo, and they're just wheeled into an office that's burning and on fire.
It's a bit like the start
these
of
things
Control.
Do happen. Like they get.
Yeah.
Well, these things do happen. Like, you know what I mean? People fall out of love with the project, or they get offers and they want to move on. Like it does happen. It's just a shame that's happened.
I just think Halo's one of those things where it's like, what do you do with that franchise? Because if you do the Halo, if you do Halo, it's like, yeah, we've played this before. There's nothing there's nothing there. It's not deep enough.
You do it too different.
Halo was never ever deep enough to.
No, but gameplay was spot on.
Really. Well, the gameplay was spot on in the sense of like Unreal Tournament was spot on. We don't have Unreal Tournament.
It was at the time, but when they revealed that infinite footage and it still wasn't aiming down the sights, I was just, Jesus Christ, come on, guys.
I don't know, Clarky. I don't know. Doom, you don't aim down the sight in the new Doom. They kept to the old school.
If you sat a first-person shooter in front of anyone, the first thing they'd do is like test the controls, and they'd be like looking for how to aim down the sights. You put Halo in front of them, and they never played it. They're going to be like, "What's this?
Yeah,
why is it just blind firing?"
But you hit the needle on the head there, because what Doom did, it gave you the chance for the old players to turn it old school. Like the first thing I did, old school Doom player, I put the gun in the middle of the screen. You know, I didn't want it sideways on, walking like that, because I prefer. But it gave you the option to do it. Yeah, maybe they can give you the option of aiming down sight. I don't know. No. Because what I'm trying to say is, if you change it too much, Clarky, you will lose the OG fans.
Yeah, I get it from the multiplayer perspective, yeah.
I think they have to, though, don't they?
What?
Change it, because look, they tried it with Halo 5, Halo 4. Same game. I mean, it just doesn't cut it.
Do you know the thing that scares me the most is... The thing that scares me the most is like when games come out, only because I saw Destiny do it and they got completely burnt with this statement, and it's this game is the 10-year plan statement. And it's like, man, don't put all your eggs in there. You know what I mean? Like, what if you said that about the previous Halo game? Like, don't do it. See how it comes on. If you want to keep supporting it.
Yeah, if you notice, if I see here, it looks like I've got hair.
You got hair, man. It looks good. You got like a shady bit there.
You've got hair, Vimes. You've just got clothing covering it up.
That's true. That could be resolved, but Pat was very clear on the subject.
Yeah, damn right.
yeah, we don't want to see that again.
Okay. Okay, so what else we got? So Nintendo, we could tick that box. We've done our usual next-gen digression. Tick that box.
Have you played Control, Vimes, eh?
No.
Well, how did you know about the opening, then?
Because everyone knows about the opening.
What happens in the opening, Vimes, eh?
Well, the opening where you kind of turn up and then you find a body in the director's office and you pick up, and then suddenly you're the director.
Oh, yeah, the service weapon.
Yeah.
The service weapon has to choose you, though, doesn't it?
That's all well, yeah. But anyway.
I get the reference now.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of getting things done right, if the PS5 can do one thing right, could it please make sure that when it's in rest mode, it updates fucking games properly, please?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I thought that was me. I thought about that. Everyone's having the issue.
It's not you. This is one of those failed promises they made when the consoles was released, wasn't it? It'll all update in real time, just like you'll be able to start playing before it's even installed, and you get to that point where
before you walk in your house, the game will be on and it'll be playing.
Yeah, and then you finally use the function, and it's like, oh my god, it's starting, and then you get to the main menu, it's like, sorry, this game cannot start until it's all downloaded, everything. You're like,
it's just there's so many things. So first of all, I mean, if you talk about PlayStation infrastructure, I can't buy a game through the app anymore for some reason. I think I'm used to be able to do it, but I can't do it now. It says if you want to complete this because I'm paying via PayPal rather than paying through credit card or whatever, right?
As well.
You can't buy a game on the app. So if I think there's a sale on, right, I'm at work, I'm thinking, great, I'll buy it now, get it downloaded. By the time I get home, it's going to be all sorted. I'll go to it. No, you can't do this because you've got to do it on a web.
Why don't you use a debit card or something?
I don't know. It's just set for PayPal.
It wants to use PayPal, but why punish someone for using
Anyway, that's not my rant. My rant this week is about Modern Warfare. Because I wanted to get back
Warzone.
on this. No, Warzone. I didn't want to play Warzone because Warzone is what.
You just want to play.
Yeah. Warzone was what stopped me playing Call of Duty.
You just want to play hardcore.
I was really into Call of Duty. I was playing Call of Duty a lot with you and Pratesh and whatever, and we were like slaying it. Well, you were slaying it. I was mainly having the back, but yeah.
No, we were doing well. I'll never forget. And it was us two against the whole team, and we were just holding that little bunker.
Yeah. I was literally holding the door shut. Pet was shooting everyone. But, you know, I wanted to go back and play. I was going to play with Willie. And I sort of said, yeah, we'll hook up Tuesday. I said, it'll be all sorted. I know I've had updates for it because I've had it ping up on my screen saying notification. Call
New seasons for Warzone.
Turned up, whatever. Turned on the thing. Oh, you got an update. How much is the update? 8 gig. 8 gig update. No, this was 8 gig, first one.
No, there's a story to this.
There's fucking you've no idea, right? So 8 gigs. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, don't worry, Willie. I'll just sit here. I'll chat to you for an hour while this bloody downloads. So I said download. So I'll go to boot it up. Oh, well, sorry, you've installed this, but you haven't installed these packs. And I'm like,
the multiplayer
packs I've had installed for the last year because that's when they came out, and I've been playing it in April. I was on a right. So then I thought, fuck it.
So what happens? Wait, let me interrupt, Clarky. What happens in this game? The updates were so effed from the first day of this game.
Yeah,
that
I remember.
Certain updates came out were deleting previous ones. Yeah, sorry. Continue.
So anyway, so I thought, fuck it. I'll leave it. I said, sorry, I can't do it tonight. So I got up the next morning, and before I started work, I put my PlayStation on. I said, right, fucking download it. Just download this 11 gig or whatever. I thought I'll check it. So lunchtime I checked it. Yeah, it's all downloaded. Brilliant. Go to boot it up, think, well, I'll just see at lunchtime, is this going to launch tonight? Is it going to be fine? No, it's all right. That night, get on, 9 o'clock, comes right, let's go, Willie, we're going to get in there, we're going to shoot some shit up. Turn it on, 90 gig update. What? 90 gig update. It wanted me to install the first fucking update from 8 months ago, whenever it was that Warzone first come out. Do you remember that one, Pat? The one you had so much fun with. Do you remember? The one that you downloaded about 4 times because it kept looping. That one.
It was the one where some people were getting 34 gigs, others were getting 90, I was getting 110 gigs.
I was fucking livid. Absolutely fucking livid. So what do I do? Delete the whole fucking thing. Delete the whole thing, put this back in, restart it. I'm going to download it all again.
I told you to delete the whole thing and re-download it, but I was 50-50 fearing that you're going to delete it and then just fuck it, not bother.
I never thought I'd hear anything that sounded more hard work than PC gaming, but you just threw me on, guys.
I'll talk to you downloaded another night.
I'll talk to you about PC gaming in a minute.
So when you download it again, what was the...
So download it again, so went into it, and I've only gone into the lobbies and stuff, but it looks like I haven't actually played a game yet, so God knows it might all balls up again. Did all that, and then went and pre-ordered the next one. So yeah, that was my fun.
Okay, so you were so outraged with Call of Duty franchise, you thought, it takes some more money.
Yeah, basically. Exactly.
Listen, part of the problem with
and I spent the extra £5 to get the cross-gen version just in case.
No
my
way.
God, man. Listen, part of the problem with this, I've been saying it since day one. A lot of people missed out, or it still sold well, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare is not doing the numbers it used to do. It's not doing the Modern Warfare original numbers or Modern Warfare 2.
That's a bit worrying. It's a bit worrying for the next gen version of it, because by the sounds of it, there's going to be hardly anybody online to fucking play it by the number of PlayStation 5s it sounds like we're going to end up getting.
Yeah, but it'll be cross-gen. Yeah. So we PS4 and PS5.
But here's what they did with the game, Clarky. Like, the game was really good. Like, I remember buying it on the sale. I didn't even buy it early on. But I bought it on the
version are you talking about, Pat?
The PS4 Modern Warfare version, right?
Well, and I played what I'm playing now.
The one you're talking about, yeah. So I just want to talk to Clarky about sort of what happened here. And so this was about 4 weeks in. So I bought it. I started playing it a lot and was like, shit, this is really good. It's gone back to the old Call of Duty. No more running on the walls. No more fucking jumping up like Spider-Man. Hit Vimesy up. Vimesy, new Call of Duty is good, bro. I'm playing this all night. Vimesy jumps on.
Because I do that for my friends, Clarky. I do that.
Yeah. And we're on it nearly every night. Nearly every night, like the good old days. Really, really good game. Warzone kicks in. And this is where the mistake happens, yeah? They go to Warzone. A lot of people didn't have the game yet. So many of my friends start texting me when Warzone comes out, going, we've downloaded Warzone with that. Like, I can see, like, people are texting me, people that weren't playing this game, there's no chance. It comes out for free, people are downloading it. You got to download the whole game
I know.
The whole normal game that me and Rhymesy have to play Warzone.
No,
now,
I remember because I downloaded it.
Exactly, right? So now what happens is that original game, it's not getting it hasn't had any updates for ages because Warzone came out about a year after that original game came out. So meanwhile, we're trying to play the original game and we're getting constant updates, monthly, weekly, new seasons, big ones. We're not talking about little patches. We're getting that every week, but we're talking about big season 5 already.
When was the last
like
new map for Call of Duty?
It was the Christmas one. Like remember they turned one of them and they turned the one with the chopper.
They put some snow on it.
They put some snow in it, and the Father Christmas thing would come up. Yeah, I think that was it.
Father Christmas with a Kalashnikov.
Yeah,
on his sleigh, just
instead of the chopper, you heard Father Christmas come when the chopper was coming. But yeah, so now if he Rhymesy doesn't want to play Warzone, he doesn't like it. Whatever, fair enough. He doesn't want Battle Royale, so he's got to download an 100 gig game to play. And we got updates.
So I already had installed. I'm just pointing out.
It's not. It needs to be two separate things. I mean, the reason they've done it is because as soon as you log into Warzone, you see straight away here's the main game and it's locked. You know, buy it, £20. Like buy this. They want you. They're tempted. But you fucked us. Like us. Can we swear on this YouTube?
Well, it's a bit late, man. We've been doing it all the show.
All right. Well, yeah, they effed us basically. Yeah, because the ones that gave you our money, day one. £30, £40.
You didn't. You waited for the sale, but yeah.
Well, the people that gave you money though, yeah. The people are playing this no battle pass, whatever. Even the battle passes are cheap. Like we gave you we bought the game, yeah. We bought the store.
Yeah, I can't diss that.
You're rewarding us by giving us a shit show storm behind us for the people that didn't even buy it.
I mean, like, for me, Warzone killed it. But the reason Warzone killed it for me was because they started. Everything was about Warzone. Then everything was about concentrating on Warzone. Trying to get in this battlefield, you know, this sort of battle royale thing.
Warzone.
Wazone's fine. I don't like it. It's not for me because, and I was explaining this to Willie. It's like,
though.
Yeah, because for me, like Warzone is 20 minutes of me walking around, then I get into a clutch moment, and I'm not very good at clutch moments, so I die. Right. Whereas if I'm playing a normal game of hardcore or something like that, and I'm on a map, I can plan better. I know where people are going to be coming from. I can set up. There are still clutch moments, but they're you can balance for that. Whereas on Warzone, you can't really do it as well.
Would you play Warzone if there was a hardcore mode?
Yeah, probably more. Yeah. But even then, because I'm not very good at first person shooters, so I can get the first 2 or 3 shots on somebody, but then it starts fucking spraying all over the place. I just have no control over my thumb. It just life of its own, right?
Me and Rhymesy and a lot of OG Call of Duty players, you don't play normal.
The good ones.
If I'm gonna call it how it is, I don't care what people think. But if you're playing Call of Duty, you got to play hardcore. You don't play the other kids version. Because like Rhymesy said, is you'll pop someone with a few shots with a nice gun and then they'll jump, spin, fall on the floor, hit you with an SMG at close. Like they're running around like idiots. In hardcore, you can't run around like an idiot. Yeah, because one shot in the arse, you're dead. And it's a level playing field because every gun, there's not, like you see videos all the time. I don't want to call them out. YouTube videos go, oh bro, use the Bruin. Oh bro, use the foul. F all of that. It's an equal playing field. Whatever gun you use, it's good. It's equal.
Yeah.
Play the game.
You put 5 bullets in somebody, whether it's an SMG or an assault rifle, they're
done. It's done. It's over. And that's the mode you got to play. But again, we can't why keep it separate? Why are you
this is serious because I don't know. Like when the last map was released, like not single player, but multiplayer map, was released for Call of Duty, right? I just don't know. I mean, Warzone's getting constant updates with different or whatever's like challenges and everything else, and I haven't seen a new map. It's not like when we used to get the Battlefield season pass, and every 3 months or whatever, you used to get
on the original
maps
Warfare. We got Chinatown map pack. It was called the variety map pack, and there was Chinatown, and there was
But you used to get like 3 or 4 new maps every 3 or 4. 3 months, every 12 weeks or something, right?
Yeah.
I ain't seeing any of that. But regardless, I'm buying the next one because the gameplay's fucking good, so I don't care.
Because what's happened now is they've made their money on selling us Call of Duty. There's copies out there. They want to make their money now on the.
They're not stopping you buying it after 4 months. I tell you that. No, sorry. No limited edition runs for this company. No, sir.
I mean, I'm sounding like I don't like. I really do like Warzone. I think it incredibly needs it needs more than anything a hardcore mode. That's for sure. that mode is even crazier because you get shields on top of you. You down some. You don't even kill someone. You down them. You got to shoot them again. You got to put in like a proper round to finish someone off here. Like send them to the gulag. It's crazy. But the download is my main problem.
Yeah,
I feel you. I'm surprised you re-downloaded it, to be honest.
I re-downloaded because I really like the hardcore.
It's
TDM,
even worse for Xbox players.
domination.
For Xbox players, they've been really messing them about. It's like they got to download 100 gig downloads, and then you get Activision tweeting going, "Oh, don't worry, when it downloads, it's only 30 gig, takes up 30 gigs. So just let me download 30 gig storage then." Like, what is this BS?
Yeah, it's a bit. I don't know if they can sort that out for the next gen. Then I might be more interested in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so people are looking forward to playing that at some fucking point.
Can I just ask a question to Pet? How is it that your internet?
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Yeah, your internet in a donkey shed in the middle of rural Greece is like 1,000 times better than it is in London.
Bro, I'll tell you why. Because
the donkey's still on the treadmill. That's why.
Because both places in London.
Here we go.
I'll tell you why. Because cheap wiring in England. There I said it.
I said it because it's true. You can't buy no cheap wiring anywhere.
No, but cheap wiring has effed me in new builds. I live in a new build in a flat in London, and new builds are built. I know for a fact because like I know people that build them, and I build them as well. Like people build them as cheaply as possible to sell them as quickly as possible, and that's why because there's shit wiring in England. So it don't matter how good your thing is, it's not a stable connection. That's the issue. The speed is good, but the wiring's effed. So you don't get it. The older houses are better, believe it or not. Like if you live in a house that was built 30, 50 years ago, you're good.
Like I do, yeah.
Like you do, new houses. You don't want to see how we build them. It's the cheapest shit we can get.
This is all over YouTube, Pat.
Yeah, you're really just selling the company you work for, yeah.
What company was that?
Not my company. I'm not my company.
Only the best.
What company was that, Pat?
No. I'm talking about. Like, I got a friend that like bought a factory and he built into flats and stuff. Like, and
I got a friend. Right? Okay, that's cool.
That's why, because we got good wiring here. Bro.
Probably won't be releasing this episode on YouTube now. Because to tell you what, I ain't editing nothing.
But what we do have here is we've got a lot of power cuts. The government F's us.
That's all right. Turkey will sort that out in a minute.
They've stopped waters. So come on, that's got to calm down. We got to come like this, brothers. Got to come like this, brothers.
Clark, you been playing anything else that you want to talk?
No, because I got a new laptop, so obviously any test for any new PC equipment for me
that explains it.
Yeah, obviously any test for something like that is that I instantly start caning FTL again.
Yeah, do you know what I did on my laptop?
What?
I nearly melted it.
How?
Was it Flight Sim?
No, Flight Sim actually works quite. I'll talk to you about Flight Sim another time, man.
Oh, did Pet ring you up about
that? He did. I had a lovely conversation with him and Dr. Oculus about why his joystick isn't working as advertised. But I believe they've resolved that issue now, and him and Pat are very happy.
That was I was right in the middle of cooking, so I apologise profusely for palming you off on times.
Thanks for that, Clarky. Nice to know who you rang first, anyway. So who was it? What you said? It wasn't.
He answers to me more than you do.
Yeah.
No, it was Ginger Alex.
Ginger Alex. Should have known, really, considering he was Ginger. But
well, he's got two names: Ginger Alex or Greek Alex. That's
Ginger Greek. Never seen one of them before.
Well, if you'd answered his call, you would have done, Clarky.
I did answer his call. I told him to piss off and ring you.
Like that. Oh, no, you don't even want to go there with that. No, I nearly melted my laptop because I installed Wasteland 3 because it's on Game Pass. And a good friend of mine recommended it to me, and I thought, no, I'm going to try this. And it was like I was sitting there, and I was like, because I was sitting in bed with it, and I've got one of those like a laptop table that sits on your lap, so it's like not like a wooden tray.
Is there a little space for a cup of tea to sit on as well?
No, not like that. It's like
you're playing PC on that. You
shut up, man. No, man, because because Wasteland 3 is like it's like an RPG, so it's like you're reading a book before bedtime, right? So I thought I'll just try it anyway. So installed it on my laptop, so I thought I can play that anyway. And then I've got this like little
You can't play the laptop. Why do PC gamers think this?
What?
You can't play the laptop anywhere. You can't play the laptop, and you don't play it in bed. Well, you play on the beach. You play the laptop on the beach.
If I wanted to, yeah.
Well, come on, man. You play
it's basically a bigger Nintendo Switch.
No, it's not.
It is. Got a fucking bigger battery in it. I
don't agree with your lifestyle when you do stuff like that.
I don't agree with your lifestyle. Oh, you want to talk about my lifestyle? You want to get into lifestyle choices, Bet? You and Ginger Alex's joystick. I'm not even going there. All right. Things you wanted to do to that. It's disgusting. So anyway, I got this little tape and I was like, what's going on? Because I was playing it. And every time I went into the main menu for to just the inventory or whatever in this game, it shut down my PC, my laptop.
Yeah,
and then it rebooted it. And I'm going, what the fuck? There must be some kind of bug with it. And then I went to turn it off and then touched the casing and it fucking burnt my hand.
Oh my God.
It's like, because I went for the power, it's so fucking
fried egg on that.
I was like, shit. So no wonder it kept turning off. I should have turned it off an hour ago when it first started doing this.
What laptop is it? What? No, it's
a Dell actually. Yeah,
it's a Dell Inspiron, isn't it?
It's an Inspiron, but it's a nice one. It's got no graphics card in it, but it's got quite a nice i7 processor in it, so it runs pretty much anything. But there are limits. So I was running it on low anyway, but whatever. So I thought, right, what I'm going to do is, as I said, I'm going to install it on my PC, my proper rig. And so I downloaded it on that, and I thought, shit, how am I going to get the save across? So I was trying to look through my laptop, trying to find the save file.
But how are you going to play it? How are you going to play that from bed?
Well, I'm not. I'm playing it down here.
So PC isn't convenient then? That's what you're saying.
The laptop's convenient. The PC isn't, because it's down here. That's why I put it on the laptop in the first place. And what I could do is I could Steam stream it or something or whatever, or Game Pass stream it. Actually, I could stream it. That
sounds like something you do when you go to the toilet.
You asking about Ginger Alex and that's what I'm saying. Anyway,
I could if I wanted to. Because all his friends call him Ginger Alex. And he doesn't know.
Oh, I see. I see.
But, not like that. I'm sure you would be friends if you knew the guy.
You can tell him what to do with his joystick, because I'm sure you did. Anyway, so long story short, Game Pass on PC is brilliant because my save was saved somewhere in Game Pass land. And when I went to play it on my PC, the save was just there. It just said continue. I was like, yes, please. And it was lovely. So it's cloud saved. So I was loving it. Thank you very much. Wasteland 3, by the way, cracking game. Really, really good. Clarky,
is that the new one or the old one?
It's the new one. Clarky was convinced it was out for months for some reason, but it only came out last week.
Oh no, there was a placeholder thing on the Game Pass store for ages.
Yeah, probably. But it's really good. So you don't have to have played Wasteland 1 or 2. It's like a cross between Fallout and XCOM.
Yeah, like Wasteland 1 and 2.
Yeah, basically. But so you have kind of XCOM combat, but with really good RPG mechanics, top-down isometrics, very, very nice. So, of course, you can customize your characters. So I've got basically the cast of Firefly, obviously. Yeah. So Mal and Zoe is my main two protagonists. I just picked up Kaylee, say no more. And we're off investigating the world. It's
I've never seen it, but I'll make your face.
Oof. So I'll talk more about Wasteland when I played a little bit more of it, because I'm only about 3 or 4 hours into it, but it's really, really good so far. Ta-da. So unless we've got anything else you want to talk about, you've been playing Link's Awakening, but we can talk about that when you've actually finished it. You can talk about it. You can talk about it briefly now if you want to, just figure that,
No, I mean, I bought a few. I was holding on to it. I'm not going to talk about it too much because you talked about it before in the show, but I was saving it for Greece. So I'm playing that now. I bought Catherine again, as Clarky was taking the pee out of me.
Oh yeah, I knew you'd fold. I knew you.
That's three copies of Catherine I bought. I haven't played. I thought good opportunity to play it in Greece, because I didn't want my girl judging me and stuff playing that game. And
take it to Greece, the most non-religious place in the entire world. Yeah, well done, Pat.
Do you know what? People have asked me that before. Who asked me that? I think my girl was asking me that. Greece is really religious, but when it comes to
men doing whatever they want to do,
get
away with anything.
They get away with anything. Basically.
I'm pretty sure I should be Greek. I reckon
you could be. I don't really understand what the religious about, to be honest, because they're really religious, but they're you
just went to a monastery today and you don't know what religion's about.
Yeah. No, but like I feel like they don't follow like the commandments and stuff, if you know what I mean. So like it's like how are you like they're really, really religious, but like when it comes to
Turks.
no man.
Oh right,
You
sorry.
know, the business.
Yeah.
That
Sex. We're on, mate. If we're on YouTube, they're all seeing you doing the weird gesture.
No, I don't want my
this, but
parents
they're
hearing
going to
the
be.
Oh.
They're going to be picking. You know,
I think they've done it, Pat, already.
The Turks are going to be picking this stream up now, and they're going to be targeting his house with all sorts of missiles and stuff.
They won't know where to hit me. They won't know where to
stop.
hit me because of the beach. They'll be well confused.
Stop saying that because I feel like you're gonna jinx it into an actual invasion happening. And like, we can't go down.
Clarky has that power, hence why he's sitting in a black room. He's probably got a white cat on his lap and he's just stroking
it. But what was I gonna say?
Presume that's what he's doing with his hand, anyway.
Yeah, Catherine. I wanted to just to play it and like make any choices, not be like, you know what I mean? Not that it's a dirty game or anything.
Not
but
a dirty
like,
game. Not like the one we had to rip the vampire's pants off or whatever it was.
Oh, Akiba's strip.
No,
that wasn't that. No, but I got that as well. And then if I finish those two, I'm gonna buy Crisis. That's what I'm gonna do.
Good choice.
Okay. Clarky, before we do go, what were you getting excited about the Nintendo store for?
Oh, they've done this cute little update to it. I mean, they did one earlier on in the week with regards to stuff on sale.
Yeah, I liked that.
Yeah, it now shows on the thumbnail exactly how long it's on sale for, like down to the hour, if you will. Which
is really helpful for someone like me who's like, oh, I don't know, shall I? Oh, I'm going to give it
3 days left, whatever.
But with the...
It's like a limited release, isn't it? Nintendo are good at those. Yeah.
But with respect to the 35th anniversary of Mario, they've like given they've given it like a lick of paint. So, you know, when you skip between screens and there's a little loading thing on, the loading thing's now Mario running.
So that's where they put all the polishing of the graphics, not in the games, right? On the store, brilliant.
You know, you've got nice Mario instead of the orange bar. You've got a nice Mario themed red bar.
That Mario is a little bit pixelated, to be fair.
Oh, it is.
I didn't do that much effort on it. It's a nice touch, though.
Oh, boy. Right, I think that's going to be us for this week because I'm just going to die. So, yeah, we're going to wrap up for tonight.
Vimesy, when you put this on YouTube,
where were you going there? Wait, Vimesy, there's something I've got to show you.
What are you going to use? What are you going to use for the actual thumbnail for this video? Because anything with you in it, people are going to see it and just think it's a video of you selling timeshares or something.
I know what you say. He looks like a person that sells spoons.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? Like,
really,
knocking your
spoon. Really bad fake background. And another thing, every time you move your arm in a certain position, your chair arm appears for a second. It looks like there's a Labrador jumping up at you.
If I go,
just do the logo.
It's a bit weird. I think might just get like a green screen or something for next week. You know, never know. Anyway. I can't remember what I was saying. Clarky, email address.
gamersconfessional@gmail.com.
Have we had any emails, by the way, Clarky, considering you're in charge of the email?
No, I'm in charge of reading the email address out.
Yeah, he doesn't check it, does he?
No, I'm pretty sure that part of the whole responsibility of reading out the email address is you also have to read the emails that come into it.
No, mate, I just read it out. That was the agreement.
Look, if anybody has emailed us...
it's so embarrassing when we read those emails and it's like March 2018.
Man. Yeah.
What games do you get? Read it in July. Oh, this is an email that someone said in July.
Did you have a nice Christmas? Are you thinking about picking up the PS3? Oh, we're so sorry. We're so fucking unprofessional. But if you want to get us hold of us directly, then you can always do it via Twitter, which is at Confessional Pod. I'm at Vimesy74, Pet's at Life of Pet, and Clarky's at Clarky Snap. Until next week, when we will either be trying this mad experiment again or not trying this mad experiment again, depending on whether I've actually managed to get this mad experiment to work or not. Modern technology being what it is.
Oh, you press record for once, that's a start.
Moving on. So until then, thank you very much for listening and good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.